All right. Welcome to another Woods Report.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Ooh, this is a lot of stories,
Busy
man.
weekend.
A
Usually
lot.
over a weekend, a lot happens. Because you got your Friday
But not
evening,
like this. This was
Saturday,
ridiculous.
Sunday. You got some updates regarding some of the beefs that's been out there.
This is ridiculous. This weekend, in the world of music, the world of politics, the world of everything, the world, this past weekend has been ridiculous.
You saying too is bringing excitement to the
You want the music industry?
It's bringing excitement because now people are seeing these narratives going back and forth, and who's going to respond, how you going to respond. It's bringing excitement to the music industry.
The rap industry.
For the sports.
But then we got Taylor Swift jumping in there. So.
I was just going to say, there's different genres of music that are doing this. Everybody wants to jump in.
Everybody. You know who started all of this? Cat Williams. Cat Williams said...
You don't think they was doing similar to this before he opened his...
Well, yeah, but Cat Williams said this was the year of beefs and exposing people. And then from the very beginning of the year, it was the comedians that was beefing with each other.
It sure did go back and forth.
It went back and
forth.
And
he had mentioned a number of them. And some of them came back. Some didn't.
All of them came back.
No, all of them.
Who didn't? All of them. Even Steve Harvey.
Oh, he came back
later?
Yes,
all of them came back.
But we never talked about what Steve said.
Oh, yeah, we did. I think I mentioned it. It wasn't nothing big.
It was nothing big for me to remember. Yeah. I remember the main one.
No, he didn't diss on anybody.
Like Cedric and them.
Everybody, not one of them didn't come back.
Okay.
So let's talk about beefs and let's talk about what happened and let's try to get through this show to bring everybody up to speed on what's going on in the world of everything. So I think the first ones that start off with is the fight.
This was a fight this past weekend?
Yes.
Okay. Did you look at it?
With no, I didn't pay for that.
Oh, you had to
Devin Haney. You know you got to pay for that.
Money for these
I'm not
fights.
paying all that.
Okay.
Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia.
Was that a good match?
We thought it was going to be a really good match. I guess it turned out being good, but no one expected Ryan Garcia to win.
Oh, all money was on Devin?
Everybody was on Devin because Ryan Garcia had been acting silly the whole time up to the fight.
Really?
He was saying he was a woman trapped in a man's body and that he was transgender.
Really?
And how you gonna fight a transgender? He was talking about the Illuminati. He was talking about he had mental issues.
So he talked a lot.
He was the one that went away for days. His family didn't know where he was.
So he had some issues. Well, that's probably what happened. Help him win.
Crazy people
crazy or strong. It's almost like they got some supernatural power.
And then
them.
Up until the week of the fight, they were showing him out drinking and partying all night. You just didn't think he was gonna win. He just was acting up. We thought this was the fight he was trying to lose just to get the bag. So let's see some of the things. Hopefully this thing won't.
And is doing the business on Garcia, at least so far, but here comes King Rye. And it's a right hand landing and hurting Haney again. Out back. Oh, Sugar takedown goes Devin Haney. Oh, and he's got it locked again. And down for a second time is Devin Haney. Whoa.
You got to give it to him. That was clear that he won, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't clear when the judges started coming. That's when people said they wanted Devin Haney to win this fight.
But judges wanted, right?
He lost. But they wanted him to win because even the judges that were scoring or whatever, they all ended up giving it to Garcia. But they said even the referee was
I'm watching this.
You watched just a few seconds.
Not a clue what's going on, who was the favorite, whatever. Dude got knocked down 3-4 times.
Haney and
that to me is like
Haney was the favorite, but you see, seriously, you see how he had to make it so obvious so that nobody could say he wasn't the person to win. Like, it's almost like you got to go above and beyond when everybody's stacked
keep
against
knocking you down every ring. Ding, 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 boom. Ding, 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 boom. Y'all are y'all pretty much gonna give me this fight?
Thank you.
After 3-4 times.
Thank you.
Do I have to knock him down where he don't get back up?
To me, I thought if I was Devin Haney, I'd be embarrassed.
I would too.
I'm sorry.
If the favorite,
I know some guys. I know some guys are like, no, it was a good. No.
And who's to say?
I showed you a few seconds of it. I would be embarrassed.
Who's to say that the Haney guy didn't go in thinking he was going to win?
They did. You know how they always talk with each other.
Do that.
And here's the thing: everybody counted Garcia out. He won. Give him his props. He won. So a lot of dudes lost a lot of money on this fight because they was voting against Garcia. He was drinking and doing all the stuff during the week, acting like he didn't want to fight, saying he a woman trapped in a man's body.
That woman beat
all
that
this other stuff.
That woman beat that man if he was trapped.
It was like
trapped in a man's body.
It was like he was running from the fight. It was like he didn't want to fight.
He wasn't trying to brag though.
They all brag
with all the crazy that he was saying.
Well, they all brag that they're gonna win.
Oh, so he still said that though.
Well, he has to. He can't say I'm gonna lose, but he wasn't doing like what Haney was doing.
Oh,
Haney was brag, yeah. Well, he thought he was gonna win. So
I'm sorry. I watched 3 rounds and he got.
You didn't even watch all the rounds. You just watched a few seconds of them.
How many times did he get knocked down?
A lot.
More than 3 or 4 times.
A lot of times.
Well, dude, that you know you lost.
Thank you.
You hit that floor. You hit that ring floor about 4 times.
Thank you.
Okay.
So that was the fight everybody was talking about. I didn't even ask my friend. I'm going to call him and I know he's going to say, I know he's going to go off when I call.
But there's nothing they can do.
They're going to go off and say.
I told you, I said, I know they get tested for drugs.
Yeah. No, he wasn't on.
No, I'm just saying in my head.
Right.
He has something else in him going. Boom, boom. Because he had a lot of energy. And his energy, I'm sorry.
I just think he just know how to fight.
Well, I'm saying, here's the thing, Kim. If you're telling me that all favorite was on the black guy,
right?
Why would I think otherwise?
No, but not they're on something.
No. I'm just being being funny when I say that because he had energy more than the black guy.
Oh yeah.
So
they both had energy.
No,
he was just better.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You showed me 3 rounds.
Right.
All 3 rounds, dude was on him.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say.
Right.
I'm sorry. Because he was more of the lesser. He was getting beat. That's all I can say.
Right.
I don't know him. I don't follow him. Our friends who do boxing, they could definitely tell me what was going on in that. They would look...
Go ahead, keep going.
Chris and them would look at what was psychologically going on. They look at that part of it too, because I like to get insight from them. They kids box, so they know.
Right.
And they've refereed and they judged. I would love to hear from them.
What do they think happened?
What you guys think happened? Did Garcia wake up going, yes, I'm going to win this?
And then he talked, and then he was talking, afterwards, y'all counted me out, I won, It says Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia finally met in the ring Saturday night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn after a highly unusual build-up to their fight. But it wasn't at all what fans were expecting when the two signed on the dotted line. Garcia's mental state was the biggest concern for many during the fight's promotion. After the 25-year-old showed signs of perhaps not being in the right state of mind, headed into the biggest fight in his career. But the real concern, at least for Haney, should have been Garcia's left hook, which dropped Haney 3 times.
Big times, yeah.
Saturday, as he showed off his most powerful weapon en route to a stunning majority decision win.
Did he forget he's left-handed or something?
No. Unfortunately for Garcia, Haney's WBC super lightweight belt wasn't on the line after Garcia missed weight. See, now. So he couldn't take his belt because Garcia's so stupid and messed up the whole week. He was overweight by like 3 pounds, I believe.
Wow.
So even if he won the fight, he wasn't going to take the belt from Haney. So Haney still has his belt.
Some people may say those 3 pounds gave him an edge.
I don't know if 3 pounds would give you.
I'm just saying, I'm being funny. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, but nobody's saying that because 3 pounds. Ain't
okay,
enough
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If he wasn't on the weight thing,
no. If it's 3 pounds, is not enough. Clear, yeah. But 3 pounds is not enough for that hook.
I didn't know that they can, because they not clear with the weight they're supposed to be, that
it disqualifies you from getting the belt.
That. Wow.
So concern for the Golden Boy promotion's biggest star started to grow after the fight was secured against Haney and Garcia began posting controversial and defamatory post on social media. Garcia has been open about his mental health struggles in the past and even took a break from his pro boxing career to sort it out himself. So I don't know. He was going through a lot. Like I said, a woman trapping their own body and all this other stuff.
For some reason, my mind went to something happened in him, in his head. Because a lot of times, crazy gets
well, it says
strong.
Here, Garcia may have just been setting himself forth for a massive upset. And now for the two may run it back in a rematch with the belt on the line. So they'll probably do a rematch. But I felt, when I saw all Garcia's stuff that he was talking about, I felt he was scared of Haney. And I felt he was trying to set it up so that if I lose, everybody will know why I lost. Because I'm going through a lot. He kept talking, I'm going mental. He was drinking and all the week of. It's almost like he was trying to make it like, if I lose, this is why I lose. He won.
Big time. You showed me just 3 rounds. My take on this, he was aggressive.
Somebody said, one of the boxing people, in a shocker, Garcia's power was tremendous.
Yes.
As he dropped Haney 3 times and outlanded Haney nearly 2-1 in his power shots.
My thing was too, Haney, if you're saying the favorite, he was the favorite. Mm-hmm. For me, he must have hit him hard.
He hit him hard.
Because he couldn't even come back.
That's how Mike Tyson used to fight. Because Mike Tyson wasn't the best fighter as far as, fighting and all that.
Right.
He would just hit you so hard. You was like, God dang it, I can't even get back on what I need to do.
Days.
Yes.
And had he take a moment after the hit, maybe a little longer, he would have gotten his,
I think when he hit him the first time and he saw him drop, it's something in him said, I'm not afraid of you no more.
There you go, because I got this.
It says he dropped Haney 3 times. He nearly 2-1 in power shots. Garcia landed 41% of his power punches, and Haney's previous 10 opponents landed only 25%. So he crazy. He fighting like crazy, man.
And let's just say, for sake of argument,
like how a person they come out and just fight you.
If they do a rematch,
they're gonna do
for the belt, and Garcia still come out and beat his butt. That's it. That's all she wrote.
Another sports guy said I was wrong. Nobody thought Garcia was going to win.
Wow. How many rounds did they go? They have to go the whole thing? 13?
They went the whole round, yeah.
And he got knocked down in each one after the...
Well, three rounds.
Okay.
Ryan Garcia is now a superstar, somebody said.
Yeah, overnight sensation.
Somebody said Ryan Garcia is here to shock the world. Final bell rings and we're going to the scorecards. Haney can't lose his title belt, but he might have just lost this fight after getting dropped 3 times. That's it.
Because you and I have gone to boxing matches where nobody dropped, and it was hard to judge.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It was hard
because Haney was the favorite. It was almost like Garcia had to drop him 3 times. Because anybody, if Haney would have won, everybody would have been like, "Boo!" So he had to. Somebody said this is the craziest fight I've ever seen.
I had no clue about these guys.
Somebody said Devin is too weak. He can't win tonight. I love Devin, but this is bad. This is not his night.
He did not look good, Kim, when I saw him.
Somebody said the referee should have stopped the fight.
Maybe he, like you said, he wanted him to win. The referee.
Some people cussing. I'm mad. Ryan faked us all out. A lot of people had money on Devin.
I'm
Devin
sorry if you did.
Somebody said, just imagine if he had made the weight.
Yes.
He would have been,
that
they said he would have been world champion.
He would have taken, I didn't know
he didn't think he was going to win, though.
I didn't think if you don't make the weight that you don't have the opportunity to take the belt.
No, you can't. You disqualified. No, not for 3 pounds. If it would have been like 10 pounds or something.
Not even the weight thing, but the way Kim said, the way he was talking prior to the fight.
You could tell he didn't want to fight.
Thought he was like, oh, I don't know.
He was trying to get disqualified before the fight.
I'm going through some stuff.
He shocked himself. So there you go.
Garcia.
But give it to him. Give it to him. He won.
That's all right.
Emerald says, salutations, everyone. Salutations to you too, Emerald.
Tipping the hat. Okay.
Because y'all didn't understand my tie.
I know.
So I had to tip the hat. Yeah. All right. So this is a day of crazy.
Okay. So
another crazy. Chris Brown.
Okay.
People gotta stop messing with people that's considered crazy.
Yeah. You shouldn't make any comments.
Like Kanye West, he coming up next. People that's crazy or we consider got a little mental issues, they have nothing to lose.
That's true, because they're already there. They can't go no lower.
When I tell you.
What happened here?
And how did Jill Scott get involved?
Thank you.
This is horrible. But it's still part of beef. I can't even say rap beef, because Chris Brown is not a rapper.
R&B. Okay.
Quavo is a rapper.
Okay, he's a rapper.
Because he's in with the Migos, or used to be.
Jill Scott is
Jill Scott is R&B.
So what happened?
I told you I blame Cat Williams. Everybody's beefing. Everybody.
Cat ain't said nothing about these knuckleheads.
All right. No, he said everybody's going to be beefing.
Oh, okay. You called that out.
Chris Brown goes lower than low on his diss. Now, we talked about, I don't even know if we talked about it. It's moving so quick. Mm-hmm. Chris Brown dissed Quavo. Okay? In a song. And Quavo came back and dissed Chris Brown in a rap.
Okay.
So now Chris Brown comes back and disses Quavo in a rap. He raps. And not only does he rap, but he's good. He's better than a lot of the rappers that's making millions of dollars. Chris Brown.
Oh my God, he showed his true color.
Now, in this rap, I'm not going to play it because it's too many cuss words and stuff.
Okay.
He talks about, because Quavo was talking about, I took your girl or whatever, Karrueche, because she was dating Chris Brown. And then after Chris Brown, Quavo started dating her. So I'm dating your girl, whatever. Chris Brown comes back and kind of seals the deal with that. He says, you're dating my ex. So what?
And leftover.
I wasn't with her when you was talking to her. We was broken up. I'm just paraphrasing. He's not saying these words. What do I care that you dated her after me?
Okay.
But, buddy, guess what? While you was dating Sweetie, I was sleeping with her.
Ooh.
So I get who wins.
While you were with her.
While you was with Sweetie, I was with her.
Ooh, okay. Everybody dates someone who doesn't date them anymore.
Not
while you're with them.
So that was enough to get the guys listening. These guys that listen to this, they all into it. Oh, like the school fight at the end where the two guys are battling each other.
And everybody following them.
He doesn't finish. That's why I said he's up here. He already put the nail in the coffin with that.
Uh-huh.
He said, and let me talk about Takeoff. Remember we talked about Takeoff and the Migos, the one that got killed.
Yeah.
At the dice game. Yeah. Quavo got in an argument and then the guy starts shooting and Takeoff gets killed. Yeah. He said, that's your fault.
Whoa, he blaming it on him.
He blamed him. You ought to be ashamed that you caused him to die with your arguing self. You're so stupid.
He did cause
He said, not only did you cause him to die, but we wish it would have been you.
Ooh, now that's ugly.
He said he has more talent in his one hand than in his pinky. You're the weakest link. The name of the record was "You're the Weakest Link."
But is that true?
He says Offset is better than you. Everybody's better than you. Out of all of them, you should have been the one that got dropped that night.
That's just mean.
Ain't he mean?
That's mean. No. The nail should have been on his coffin. No.
And not only that,
Oh, Chris.
you can't even come back because you're not even a rapper that can come back.
Oh.
And you can't even beat me up. I can beat you up.
Oh,
and then he
Kira.
played a text, a video message, not video, a voice message of Quavo calling Chris saying, "Man, I don't want no beef with you. Don't beef with me. I don't want to bother you." He was begging Chris not to have beef with him. So he played his voicemail in the middle in the song.
But what made Chris start out going against
I don't know.
He woke up and just say, "I'm going to get Quavo"?
He talked about how they sat them next to each other at the fashion show because they sat Chris Brown and Quavo next to each other at a fashion show. He said, "I wanted to pop you in, but I don't want you to mess up my bag." They don't get along. They fought before or almost tried to fight.
They have a history.
They have a history.
Oh, he really killed him.
Here's the thing with this.
Wow.
This rap beef is ridiculous. Well, let me bring Jill Scott in.
No, because you said Chris rap back. He didn't just sing.
Right, he rapped back.
He did. He went into that man's genre and dissed him in his own genre.
So they said
that's embarrassing.
Jill Scott gets dragged by the ankles because she.
that makes me think of. I'm thinking of an analogy. Somebody in the jazz world who scats, whatever, and somebody that raps. And then the rapper comes back and does it.
Oh, that's it. He ends it by saying, "You just got dissed by a dancer,
an R&B dancer, did better than you
in
your
Now Jill Scott comes in and says she tweets, "Chris Brown is amazing. How does anybody sing like that, dance like that, act like that? Because he's an actor, and he can rap."
That's what you told when you just said that. That's what I said.
She said he is beyond gifted. It appears exceptional people have to go through exceptional things, I guess. There's nothing to debate about this. That's what she says.
Wow.
Then somebody says, "I think the women he abused would disagree with you."
She didn't say nothing about his sport, his
So Jill Scott comes back.
She's talking about his talent.
People don't know how to separate.
Not what he did to Rihanna in the head.
So Jill Scott comes back and says, "I doubt it. My mother's ex-husband was mean, violent, and human. And he could lay foundation better than anyone in the city. What he did with Cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. He got a raise and praise for his ability. God dealt with the rest of him."
Thank you.
Now, somebody else said it means that, then she said, it means that even he had something to offer. He was sick and hurt and did cruel things. I forgave him because of the trauma that Rihanna forgave Chris. Mm-hmm. She said, "Did I forget? Never. So I try my best to choose better. I failed a few times, but not in the abusive area," she said. Mm-hmm. She said, "Look, years of prayer and therapy, self-reflection, and making every effort to keep my feet on the ground has made me compassionate for other human beings. People go through blank and do terrible blank. Mm-hmm. We say we believe in God, pray for enlightenment. We are a living testimony." She said, "Walked away, came back, Googled, read tweets, listened to my friends, and considered the state of us as a whole. Some lead with love. You gave me perspectives to consider and directive. Thank you. Some, and you only want the highs of war. You may have your war." And she's left out. She got toe up from not only her friends, from the people that tweeted her. I think what they was kind of saying, kind of what I said
about
with
him, the comments he made,
just saying something about him being exceptional, good, or whatever, anything positive. Mm-hmm. I think what they're saying, and I think it's degrees to this. I think it's degrees to this. Okay. Remember when Kanye was like, Hitler was smart and brilliant? Okay, let's say for the sake of argument, he was. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to hear that.
Mm-mm. No, not about Hitler.
Yeah.
And it could all be true.
But I don't put Chris Brown in that same category. Why can't you say he's a good rapper, he's a dancer, he's this and this? I guess they didn't like that she said he's exceptional, he's this, he's that. They didn't like the context of him. And then some people felt him bringing up Takeoff's
I know.
That was low. Yeah. And they felt her saying he was good.
Like,
and
yeah,
like she was.
message.
So I think that's why she came back and said, after getting a perspective from other people, I understand it. I choose my battles. I'm out of this.
Yeah.
I'm not battling for Chris Brown.
Thank you.
So I think that's what she ended up by saying. I'm picking my battles, and this isn't one of them that I'm willing to go to the end with.
Yeah.
So you guys win. That's what she said. You won.
Okay. Because when you said the message that Chris came back to diss Quavo,
yeah,
I said, ooh.
Yeah.
I went out.
Yeah.
Because that was about a deceased
right.
And we wish band member.
And by you saying you co-signing him,
you should have been dropped.
When he said the line, "We all wish it was you."
Yeah.
It's almost like people felt like she was co-signing him, saying, "We wish you would have been the one that." So I think that's what when she said, after pulling back and listening to my friends and everybody,
respect.
I'm sure some people said that to her.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, Jill, but when he said, "We all wish it was you," and take off, you caused his death, all of that. When you say he's exceptional, he's good.
That was too soon.
Even though it's true, people didn't want to hear it because they was thinking he was cruel. You were saying somebody was exceptional, that's cruel.
That was the question that maybe similar when this comedian was on the show with The View, and Joy, as a comedian, asked the comedian specifically, do you think it's too soon to make jokes about someone's death or whatever? And that comedian said, yeah,
it is.
It's fresh.
Well, that's what happened with Gayle King. Yeah. When the basketball player came on there, and they were talking about Kobe. Kobe had just died like 2 days earlier. And she asked him about the affair.
Asked her,
what do you think about the affair?
Jackie.
And everybody was like,
that was too fresh.
He just died. Yes. Why are you talking about his affair that happened, 10 years ago?
The point is, you acting like those National Enquirer kind of people.
Exactly.
We're talking about his skill
as
a basketball player
and you're asking
and a father.
She's a basketball player.
Leslie.
Why are you asking her?
Leslie.
Why are you asking her about his affair?
She's like, I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So Gail got pulled by the ankles. So they were saying Jill got pulled by the ankle.
Oh, I get what Jill was going.
I do.
Because the moment you said he rapped, I went, Chris Brown can rap.
Now, outside of all of the stuff that he said that was cruel, the fact that he can rap, he can dance, he can act, he can paint. He's a painter.
Jack of all trades.
This dude is talented.
And mastering in all of them.
He is a talent above all talent. And to be honest with you, I am one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans in the world. He was tapped to be the next Michael Jackson. And I will say this, and I will go on the record, and I'm sure I'll hear some Michael Jackson fans. I believe he would have surpassed Michael Jackson.
I don't know, Kim. No. Because you got to remember.
No, before the Rihanna thing.
No. Here's the thing.
Well, you're right, because Michael Jackson's the blueprint.
Michael Jackson has a foundation that is deep.
But did Michael Jackson surpass James Brown?
Yes.
James Brown was the blueprint.
No. James Brown's in another category.
All right.
The thing that I give
You're right. Michael's in another.
He started at
Yeah, he's in a stratosphere. But I'll say this. He might not have surpassed Michael, but he would have been up there.
He would have been up there, though. Yeah.
Like Beyonce.
Yeah.
He would have been like Beyonce, a male version of Beyonce.
I just feel bad when he made the comment about it should have been you.
And that is your fault.
And it's his fault that his friend...
his nephew.
A lot of people...
That's his nephew.
A lot of people felt that because when they started hearing in the social media that he started an argument that started the shootout.
Well, hold on. That's what people was defending Chris Brown said. They said he wasn't saying anything that everybody was already saying. So, I don't know. You could go back and forth with that one.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a hard one. All right, so that was that one. Now, while we were here setting up,
he responded back.
Quavo responded.
What he gonna say though?
Well, I don't even know. I haven't even seen this.
He can't say much.
It says, Quavo drops diss track responding to Chris Brown. Quavo had a lot to say in his response record to Chris Brown. The song included several celeb name drops, including, I'm sure he's going to say Rihanna, Tiana Taylor. Yeah, he got in an argument with Tiana, and I don't think he got physical. He got in a fight with Usher, remember? Sweetie, and more. Quavo even included a verse from Takeoff. Ooh, what do y'all think?
Let's hear it.
Is it on?
Mm-mm. I don't think they'll let you.
Oh, okay, no, that's different.
You gotta go listen to it later.
Yeah, I have to go listen to it later.
But you know what? In spite of all of that,
oh wait a minute.
You been your bag up when you punch Rhea in the face. Talking about Fashion Week, you sparing who? Come punch me in my face. It ain't nothing but a fade. You know you lost a Frank. Cause ran in your house, tied up your aunt cause you ain't pay. This bullet got your name. Don't ever bring up tape. Exposed. Boy, when I die by some you still f***ed up by Karuchi. You tried to beat up Tiana, but Usher wouldn't let you do it. The cocaine got him, your honor. Bipolar disorder, no wonder. You was the great you fumble. Going outside, I'm watching you crumble. Why they got Quavo out here going back and forth with a singer that turned to a junkie? Never got light skin versus brown skin. Finna divide the country. Ain't been in the trenches. We step in the yard, go pull up, crash, shout about your bae. Little come dance battle with my Drake. You been your bag up when you punch Rhea.
I like them because they well, no, I don't. I like watching on the Shade Room because they
do the whole thing.
Well, they bleep the bad words.
Oh,
and stuff,
okay.
So.
But you can listen to it later because you can know
I
specifically
know what he's
saying.
Then Chris Brown says Google raps that blank is poo. I was excited that blank don't even need a response.
Here's the thing. It's common sense. It's almost like low-hanging fruit when you come at Chris about his abuse.
And he called him a drug addict.
That to me is low-hanging fruit. But he messed with you, Quavo, talking about your skills. And that you should have been the one that got the bullet.
Yeah,
that right there.
And the little bit that I heard, it wasn't that good. What Quavo just did.
Really?
He could have done that better though, but he's not a battle rapper.
That's what Chris was saying.
Yeah, he says you're not a battle rapper.
You ain't even in the right genre. Yeah. The other two dudes you was just pretty much the background.
He said you the weakest link.
Yeah.
Well, Chris just said don't need no response. So that must mean he's not going to say nothing.
Chris knew that his response was the meat of it.
Yeah.
Quavo can come back. You hit her. You beat her up. Usher got you on this.
So here we go. That's the latest with that. Jill Scott is out of it. She says, "Mark me out. I'm done."
Thank you, Jill, for being an adult to move back.
Now this one. What time I got? I probably do most of my stories tomorrow.
All on these, yeah.
This one, I just got to talk this through. We already started off by saying for years. Drake and J. Cole have been dissing rappers, saying they the best. They the best. I'm the best. I'm the best.
So
everybody's the best.
They known of doing this.
Yes. Okay. And for years, Drake has been dissing Kendrick. And Kendrick has been going back and dissing Drake. Subliminals. Not saying each other's names, but saying things the way everybody says, we know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Now, enter Kanye West. We know he has been beefing with Drake. And we know that, what's his name? The gangster guy tried to get them together to do a concert. No. To get them together to do a concert to free the guy that's in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
The gangster, what's his name? Mm-hmm. I should know all this. My mind is blank.
Okay.
Well, people were saying when they came and did the concert together, we were assuming that Kanye and Drake were on good terms again.
Okay.
Kanye said, absolutely not. I still don't like him. I can't stand him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He said, I just came together to do that. Prince, the Prince guy, put him together. I just came to do this as a favor to Jay Prince. I still don't like Drake. I never liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And we all know that Drake has been always bragging about sleeping with Kim and everybody. So it's some internal stuff going on there. So we know that the Kendrick Lamar and Drake and J. Cole and all of them have been beefing, never mentioning each other's names until recently. where even then I think J. Cole and Drake did a song called Straight Shooter. And they pretty much said that they blasting everybody that's in the game. None of y'all can stack up to them. And that's when I told you when J. Cole, it's like him going to the projects yelling at everybody. Come out and fight me. Then when somebody come out and punch him in the nose.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
So then Drake, they were saying, J. Cole said, I'll give Kendrick, he in the top 3. It's me first, Drake, and Kendrick last.
Oh, gee. Put him in the 3.
Right. So then that's when Kendrick came out with the song everybody's talking about with Future, like that. He said, F the big 3, N-word, it's just big me.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not with y'all. It's me by myself. And then he talked about Drake, talked about him, and, corny, called him a bum and all kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Well, Drake came out. I said that. Drake came out with his diss rap and called out Kendrick. Said, here I am. Well, no, I'm sorry. J. Cole bowed out first. Remember, he said, I've been up all night.
I'm sorry, Don.
God has been speaking to me. I don't want none of this.
Hallelujah.
So he stepped out. Okay. Now Drake is by himself.
Okay.
Fighting by himself. Everybody talking about Drake against the world. All these guys is coming at him. The Weeknd coming at him, singing.
Weeknd said something.
The Weeknd came and sung a song at him. Everybody's after him.
Hating on Drake.
Well, he deserves it.
Oh, wow.
So, everybody's after him. Okay.
Including
A$AP Rocky, because Drake has dogged out Rihanna because she don't want him. And A$AP, that's his baby mama. So he had to come out and talk about him. Everybody. Drake. Future, everybody. Metro Boom, Rick Ross. I talked about the Rick Ross.
His nose, saying he
got his nose shaved off and all this.
Ashamed
and got a BBL. He said he got a BBL. Everybody's coming after him.
Drake just need to go back to Canada.
No.
Right?
So
Is
then,
he from Canada?
So then Drake comes back and does a AI.
Oh yeah, you told me that. Yes,
Tupac and Snoop.
I wasn't happy about it.
Now,
but
people go back and forth with this.
Oh.
Some people said they was upset because of the fact that it's AI. Mm-hmm. You're bringing AI into this. Mm-hmm. And number 2, you're using Tupac, who's dead.
His voice.
And you're using Snoop.
Snoop's voice.
Now, they had all crowned Kendrick Lamar as the next one after Tupac to bring up the West. He's gonna West Side. He represents Compton. He represents us. Go out there and get him, Kendrick. They had him on stage at the House of Blues, Snoop and all of them. And they was, we got you, little man, because he little. We love you. Big, all of them. Game, all of them. Snoop, Dre, Dr. Dre, all of them. We love you. Got this. We passing the baton to you. Because you're the only one out there that's really doing it for hip-hop. And you're going to represent West Coast. So Drake comes out with an AI song with a fake Tupac saying, Kendrick, we need you. Where you at? You got handed the baton and you letting this little light-skinned Canadian dude run circles around you. He done did 3 songs now and you ain't came out yet.
And Snoop.
Where you at? So then
this is Drake using their
AI.
Voices.
No,
AI.
He's saying it, but it sounds like Tupac.
They're saying, hey, Kendrick,
right?
Come on, man.
Because remember, we talked about AI. Now you can put your own words
and I'm
in.
Scared on that,
and it can sound like anybody's voice.
I'm nervous about that.
So then he did the same thing to Snoop.
Now Tupac is not alive,
right?
But
so then
Snoop
he did
now.
The same thing to Snoop. Where are you, Kendrick? We need you. You making us look bad. So then everybody calls Snoop. His phone was blowing up. He comes on the internet and says, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Let me go to sleep. But everybody's laughing because we know Snoop knows about what's going on. First of all, they wouldn't be able to use his image unless he said it.
That's what
he would have sued everybody.
Did he give his permission
to
use his image?
But he didn't diss Kendrick.
He was saying, come on, man, we passed the baton.
So that's why I feel like that's why he okayed it. Because it wasn't anything that was, you ain't nothing, you piece of crap, nothing like that.
But
it was, come on, Kendrick, let's do this.
Just like the Chris Brown thing being very creative. Drake was creative to do that. Who uses AI?
Well, hold on, let me tell you
to use.
But this
people who are building up the person you already dissed.
But this gets scandalous, though.
What's going on?
Well, let me finish this. Let me finish this before I bring in the scandal.
Oh, wow.
And crazy Kanye gonna bring in the scandal. I love how Kanye is. He say that's the thing you gotta like about people. Like we was talking about Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. When you crazy, you say anything. And that's what Chris Brown did. And you say anything. Yeah,
and we already know that about him. So we shouldn't be surprised.
So Kanye comes out on the beat, the same beat that Kendrick used to diss Drake and Future. Mm-hmm. And he disses Drake. He says
he felt like he needed to put his 2 cents.
He says you're bought by let me see if it hold on.
Is it that video you were seeing?
Because the thing I like about
what's the video with Kanye? Is that something else?
What are you talking about?
It was some pic that had Kanye in it.
Yeah, that's it. The thing I like about it is not that one. Ye talks about his fallout with Drake. That's different. Yeah, he don't like him. So, I mean, I think everybody know that. Hold on. See, it's the same stuff we've been talking about. All these things on let's see. Where's the
You trying to find the song that the rap that he said? Kanye's
yeah, here it is.
Words.
Oh, it's really up. Oh, it's really up now. Oh my God. Yeah. If you like me. Can't stop, won't stop. I just chill in the Sean John tank top. When Ye come on some oh, it's treat a bad like she average. Whoa. I treat a bad like a fat like
a on behalf of all fat women, I like to say that line was very disrespectful.
What he said, treat a bad like a fat.
No, he's saying, you know how they say you treat, when we was talking about there's levels to this, if somebody is a BMW, she get treated different than somebody that's a Volkswagen.
Mm-hmm. Or a station wagon.
Or a station wagon. Right. So he's saying, I treat them all the same. I treat a BMW the same way I would treat a Volkswagen.
Okay.
Just because she a BMW, she ain't getting no more special treatment than the Volkswagen.
Okay.
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
And he's right, because they do treat women different when they're either unattractive or fat.
Okay.
But anyway, let's go ahead. Okay. So he goes on to say, Drake, it's funny how they cut that part off. You're bought by, you got a daddy, a sugar daddy. His name is Lucian. It's a white guy who bought all of Drake's, what is it they call it?
The tracks?
No, when they buy your whole thing.
I can't think
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He bought his stuff for $600 million.
Whoa. He sold it?
He sold it. So he's saying you don't even own your own music no more. He was saying you've been bought out. A white guy bought you out. They own you. Mm-hmm. They pretty much pimping you out. He said, yeah, I had $1 billion, whatever. I lost it, but I lost it on my own terms. And now I'm back on money. I'm back up again. My money's back up again. So he's saying I gave my money back up. Even though they took it from me, my money's back up again. I'm still making money off of me, not me by somebody pimping me out anymore. So he pretty much called him a pimp, played out. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the part that I think is very interesting about this. And I didn't get it until I saw somebody explain it. Do you know the Lucian guy, the one that bought Drake's thing? He's named in the lawsuit with Diddy. With that whole FBI lawsuit. He's named in that lawsuit with Diddy.
What is his position?
He's high, like the people that own these people.
That's not good.
And he's up there as him saying, I think Kanye, let me tell you 2 things Kanye said in this song. He said, I effed your girl with a Sean John t-shirt. Sean John is Diddy's fashion label.
Exactly.
he mentioned Diddy by saying Sean John. And then he later on said, Drake, you're bought by Lucian. The same way they bought Diddy, they bought you. So it's probably going to all come out. That's what he's kind of saying. You're not clean either, buddy. So you're going to come out too.
But it's so sad, though, because Kanye, who going to sit and go?
Nobody's going to listen to Kanye.
That's the sad thing.
But it doesn't matter
it's
whether
like
they listen.
crazy talks. And we don't
but
know.
It doesn't matter. It's what the FBI find. It don't matter what he's saying.
That's true. But if
so I thought this was very interesting because we talked about AI. Guess why this is interesting to me? I'm starting to try all of this together.
What do you mean?
I'm using AI. I'm starting to get this. All right, let's string this together, guys. TikTok, remember TikTok had an issue with Universal and all these other ones with the music. Mm-hmm. Lucian and all of them are one of them. He's up there pulling our music from TikTok, this,
right.
Mm-hmm. Because we want to make all the money off of it. We don't want you to. Mm-hmm. And you're going into the direction of, you might be going into the direction of AI. We want to go into that direction. We don't want you making billions of dollars off of something we're going to make billions of dollars off of, but we got to sell it. The average customer don't like AI like you. You don't like it. You don't like somebody saying somebody's voice or using somebody's image and stuff.
I think you should be paid to use someone's image.
But guess when you'll start liking it? When people like Drake starts to stamp it as okay.
But I don't like that because it can still be a law put against that. Drake is, when you're using, let's just say for sake of argument.
But you see how that connection?
I know, because when you told me that Drake used AI with Tupac's voice and Snoop, okay, Tupac is not alive. We don't know who owns the rights to him. My thing is, if Drake is doing it, you can use the likeness of an artist to sell a narrative that can be negative. Yeah. And that artist is now, Snoop, you said that? No, man, I didn't say that.
Now, we're going to bring Taylor Swift into this. Hold on. It gets scarier with Taylor Swift. Hold on. Kanye's verse has been snatched. I just showed you it's not even on the
right on that thing.
They played up into his verse where he disses Drake. Why is that cut off now? And also he posted it on YouTube and other places. It's being yanked down. He is right. Drake has powerful people backing him. He has powerful people backing him that's controlling what you listen to, what is put out there, and what is in and what is out.
Well, now what that means,
which makes sense on why Kendrick and all the other rappers want him gone. They want him gone because you are going to destroy hip hop. You are bought and paid for by the powers that be, and they are trying to push an AI agenda on everybody, and they're also trying to push non-real hip hop.
So are you saying though that what he did using Tupac and Snoop is part of the direction that they're going
from Lucian and the guys at the top?
But did we not hear any reply from Snoop though?
Snoop is paid. Snoop gonna give whoever give him money. That's why I think he's not saying nothing.
For this?
I think he got paid, and that's why he's not saying nothing. He's like, look, y'all do y'all. I'm going to sleep.
And he probably figures as long as he didn't have me saying something that I don't agree with.
Exactly.
Because he was telling Kendrick.
Now, this is why I'm torn. AI is here. And it's going to be used, whether it's Drake or anybody else.
I don't like the way it's being used if it's using someone's image and that image is not being paid for.
It don't matter. They're going to use it.
Because they tried to use it for that one artist, the country artist, or whoever it was, a whole concert. They used a AI image of him singing, and they had to send a cease and desist letter. We didn't give you permission. It was Hank something.
Yep.
And they didn't give that person permission to use his image in a bar.
Now let's talk about where does Taylor Swift come in? That's why I said it gets scarier, right? Because you know Taylor Swift is huge. In Drake's diss, it's called Taylor Made. He named the diss on Kendrick Taylor Made after her. Mm-hmm. He also talked about Taylor at the end of the song. He said, Kendrick, you're not going to come out and say nothing because Taylor Swift just dropped her album. Nobody's going to be listening to anything for the whole week other than Taylor Swift. He's right. Right now it says Taylor Swift sold, with 700,000 copies sold in its first 3 days in U.S., it breaks Swift's own record for the biggest sales week for vinyl albums in 1991. This is just the vinyl album. People going out to buy the album.
Because they want
in 3 days, the album has now sold 1.5 million copies.
Because the album will also be a keepsake.
Across all things, digital, CD, vinyl, and cassette. That figure is inclusive of both over-the-counter and download purchases. Her fans buy physical albums.
And other
items. And digital.
Mm-hmm.
How does this connect? Well, Taylor Swift, the people that are high above, that control Taylor Swift, are the same people that control Drake. That's spooky.
What do you mean?
The two highest, biggest artists in the world
who controls
are
her?
Controlled by these same few people who are named in the Diddy lawsuit. They're the gatekeepers to everything that's happening.
Not a good thing if you're saying that they're named in a lawsuit, because these guys, as heavy as they are, they can come falling down.
Of course. Well, remember we said it all roads point back to Cat Williams. Cat Williams said, did he or did he not say, this year people are going to be exposed at the highest levels. Mm-hmm. So let's follow this. Now, why is Kim Kardashian there? Because Taylor Swift did a song. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think about being bullied. And we all know Kim Kardashian did bully Taylor Swift. All from the first, even before she got with Kanye. And he jumped up on stage and said, Taylor, I know you're great or whatever, but Beyonce had the best-selling album. From that moment on, there was beef between Taylor Swift and Kanye West. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that moment on, I guarantee you the people that are over her and over Drake can't stand Kanye West.
Okay.
Which makes sense on why he's on the other side of the beef with Drake. Right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Okay, well, you might as well put Kim Kardashian over there now with the same side as Kendrick and them, because they saying this song, Bullying, had to been about Kim because she capitalizes the K, the I, and the M in the words of the song.
Really?
What do you think?
What does she feel?
If somebody capitalizes the K, the I, and the M and bolds it throughout the song, do you think they talking about Kim?
Yeah, because you said they had beef. But what was it that made Kim a bully with this?
Well, you know the Kardashians are bullies.
Oh yeah, but what had they have to do with Taylor?
Well, because Taylor didn't like when Kanye did that, and so
nobody did, because that was disrespectful.
But
even though he was right.
Right. What's her name? Beyonce should have won.
Beyonce should have won.
Yeah. But from that moment, Taylor was speaking bad about Kanye and not really supporting him in his journey or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when Kim married Kanye, she was on the side. Oh, and then there was a song where Taylor and Kanye supposedly made up, remember? Mm-hmm. And he called her a B or something like that. And she said, I never okayed that part of you calling me whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the beef started up again. But Kim said, yes, you did. You were on the phone and you blinked. So that whole Kim and Taylor, and then the Kardashians started bullying her. When she would put something out there, say something, or, the Kardashians are bullies. They'll say stuff to their fans. They'll make little snark remarks on their platforms. And that makes people go, oh, they must be talking about Taylor because she maybe has a song out this. And then they saying, me and my red boots. Or, saying something like that. Like if Taylor put a song out, me and my red boots. Kim would say, I'm going to the grocery store, me and my red boots or something. Whatever. And she's talking about Taylor Swift. Yeah. So I guess Taylor said, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. 2024, I choose beef. And I'm beefing with the Kardashians. This is so ridiculous.
I'm waiting now since
And she wasn't like that till she got with Kelsey.
I know.
Because he is a beefer.
He's a troublemaker.
He's a beefer.
Yeah.
He's the type that would get you and knock you down. And he probably told her, stop letting these girls bully you. You sing about all your ex-boyfriends.
Thank you.
Why don't you sing about these girls that's bullying you?
And he may be a next one too, so be careful, Kelsey. It'll be a song about you. That'd be the name of her album. But the point is with her, the going back to the big name, you said if they're part of that P. Diddy lawsuit, we got to wait that one out.
Yeah, we'll know.
Because that may not be a good ending for the top men. Wow. Which will have some insight with
But they
her
said
and Drake.
Part of their thing is they paid people off who were abused by him. That those top guys paid for these people to be quiet, or they did hush money, or they did kind of like when we getting ready to go into this next story with Trump. They did hush money.
That's probably why Trump.
They did a lot of stuff. That's why he's mad.
That's probably why
Trump is mad.
Is always
because
saying,
everybody's doing it. Why am I the one on trial? Because you're running for president, you big dummy.
I know, which is a difference.
No, because they don't want you to win.
You're a commander in chief,
right?
So your issues being a gangster,
right,
and hustler, not over our country. Be over your own business. But you're gonna try to be a commander in chief. Yeah, you're right. There are other people doing exactly what you're doing.
So let's move on to him now, since we're talking about him. Now you understand how all this ties together? Mm-hmm. The same people over Taylor, are the ones that's moving and grooving with Drake. And Kanye said before they took his verse off the internet, he pretty much said, you are paid for by them, by Lucien, and everything. You're a pay boy. That's your sugar daddy. Mm-hmm. So anything you say, your job is to destroy real music. That's kind of what he's saying. And you're going to usher in this AI thing and replace all of us. And you're going to be a billionaire from it. And all the rest of the people who really want music and love real music, they're not going to get it because of you. So that's why I feel like one reason, Kendrick, who I love, I think that's one of the reasons why he don't like Drake. Is because he is a real musician, a real rapper. He believes in real, not this fake. I want to stand on a crossroad. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? But to be fair to Drake can rap.
It sells.
Drake can rap too, though. And he is doing some good lines. So you can't hate him for that. Just like Taylor Swift. You don't like her, but she writes her own music and she's good. Leave her alone. Too. Yeah. I hate when people come after people, even though they up there. Mm-hmm. They're good. Beyonce's good. Leave her alone.
And be okay with that. Stay in your own lane as far as, your favor and your situation, because if you're a true artist,
exactly,
you would just like, oh, they doing good, and then you keep moving on in yours.
You keep on moving.
Has he fallen asleep lately?
Your man was in court today. Today was the first day of Donald Trump's hush money trial. He calls her horse face Daniels. But she wasn't a horse face when you were sleeping with her.
Slept with her.
She's a porn star.
Thank you, dude.
And do you know she wasn't even going to sue him? She sued him because he kept calling her horse face.
Yeah, and he didn't have to do that.
And do you know his attorney, Michael Cohen, who went to jail over this, said Trump wasn't even going to pay her the money.
The hush money?
Yeah. This all happened right before
you really think that she was a Susie Sausage?
This all happened right before he became president. The night before,
whatever.
Did
you think she was just going to be quiet on her own?
No. He thought once he became president, he said, I don't have to pay her now. She can't do nothing. And he's right. They would have been able to put him down, but they didn't. She still did some. She had to wait till he got out the office like now.
Oh, yeah.
But he knew that she couldn't sue him as president. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't going to pay her no money. He was trying to scam a porn star.
Mm-hmm. To even not have to pay her to shut her up, meaning that she'll shut up anyway.
Thank you.
Because of his new role.
So today was the first day. They already got the jurors. They already got that. We already talked about my mother love talking about how he stinks. and how nobody wants to sit next to him. We already talked about how he fell
Body
asleep.
odor.
He fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I talked about because it was over this weekend. They kept saying he passed his gas during the thing, and
he has a bad diet.
He has a bad diet, and a lot of people say he wears Depends.
I don't know how you found that one out. Oh my goodness!
He was at the
I don't want no
WWE.
commander in chief wearing.
He
Depends.
was at the WWE. This
Uncle
was
Joe.
before he became president, and he used to go up there and pretend like he was being body slammed and body slamming people. And he bent over, and you could see the Depends. So if he was wearing Depends then, he's more than likely wearing them
when
now.
I see him.
And they say he shouldn't wear white golfing pants because you can see them.
Because they don't have black Depends or nude color.
Somebody, yeah, they do have nude color, and a lot of people
still see those behind white though.
But a lot of people say he shouldn't wear white golfing pants and he should wear nude Depends because the white ones you can see.
Why even wear white pants, Mr. Trump?
And he wants to be the president.
You can wear them little checkered ones that they
so
always
anyway,
wear.
but yet he says, and for all the people who want to comment that that's ridiculous and low and why you talking that, why is he always talking about Biden stinking and his poo-poo and on the thing?
Always sleeping. He's doing everything. I'm telling you.
So you gonna watch a YouTube channel that talks about it, but you'll vote for a president of the United States that does.
I'm telling you, it's like everything, he switches the narrative. So he'll go, all the things he's done or didn't do or whatever, he'll say, point at other people, and everybody won't look at him as the issue or having that problem.
Well, today the prosecutors and the defense, they did their opening statements. The district attorney's office framed the case for the jurors as illegal payments to try to influence the 2016 election that Trump did try to illegally cover up and falsify business records. They keep saying that this is about him trying to pay off Stormy Daniels. That's not it. Mm-hmm. You see how stupid his people are?
I know.
They still running with the narrative that the judge said that his Mar-a-Lago was worth $18 million. He said it was worth $18 million in his records. Yeah. The judge never said that.
That's what I'm saying.
So here we go again. It's not that he had an affair with Stormy Daniels. Mm-hmm. It's that he paid her through money that he wasn't supposed to. Mm-hmm. And then he changed the books so that it wouldn't show it. Mm-hmm. You can't do that. That's illegal.
And some people don't think it is.
That's what I'm saying. Dummies.
They are following his narrative on this.
He covered up that criminal conspiracy by lying in his New York business records over and over and over again.
And some people don't think that's wrong. They don't think that's wrong that he fabricated, that he lied numbers.
They talked about how Cohen, Trump told Cohen, and Chief David Becker to keep damaging information from coming to light during the 2016 election. So cover it all up. During his opening statement, he also addressed questions about Cohen's witness, him being a witness, both because it kept part of the prosecution's case and also to get ahead of criticism of Trump's attorney, saying that Michael Cohen is a crook, he went to prison, Trump didn't tell him to do that, he did it on his own, all that stuff. So they put all that in the opening statements to talk about it so that later on, when his credibility comes up, they've already explained it. To remember that what he is saying is backed up by other witnesses and documents. So it's not just Cohen's word. Other witnesses said he told Cohen to do that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. More than one person.
Now, Trump's attorney told the jury that the story isn't as simple as prosecution laid out and argued that Trump was not involved with any of these things, these business records or anything. You honestly believe the way that man ran that White House, that somebody would doctor books and do stuff without him knowing about it?
Thank you. They're doing it because he knows about it.
The type of leader that he is. You think that they would do all of this without him knowing, and then knowing that when he find out, he gonna get rid of him and prosecute him. Mm-hmm. No, he knew. Mm-hmm. President Trump had nothing to do with the invoice, with the check being generated, or with entry of ledgers, anything.
That's the only way they can try to win the fact that he was not a part of it.
Well, his attorney said they don't dispute the paper trail. Our argument is that he didn't know about it.
Exactly. Yeah. They're trying to keep his knowledge of it really like blind.
He said, I also have a spoiler alert for you, jury. There's nothing wrong with trying to influence an election. It's called democracy. So they saying that's not against the law. Blanche also, if somebody was to put something on you and you say, no, don't put that out here. Take this. Don't say nothing. That's not against the law. That's what he's saying. Yeah, that's fine. You're right. But what he did was, Blanche also began his efforts to discredit Mike Cohen's testimony. Again, saying that he's a crook. He's obsessed with President Trump. Talk about he's constantly posting about him. And he's also on social media talking about him. And that's true. So there you go. That's the whole thing with what's going on.
This is from today's...
this is today's opening statements. Yep.
So I guess the defense, and you know what? I guess you can't fault them. They're going to try everything they can.
They want to bring in the old...
defend him.
They asked the judge, and he allowed them to mention these other cases because it goes about his character.
I saw a case on Law and Order. Yeah, Law and Order.
You know they filming your new Law and Orders right now, right?
I know.
Oh, okay.
A Law and Order, and it was this guy was a new defendant lawyer defending this lady who took her baby's life. And he's new to it, so he's all excited with being with the prosecutors because they're known. You know, I'm happy to be with you on this case. And they're looking at him like, what is this? He's cuckoo. What is going on? He's not experienced. But he goes in. His first thing, he goes to defend the mother who take her child. What defense was, God told her to do it. Well, the prosecutors was like, you crazy. No. Went to the judge's chambers. You can't use that as a defense. How you gonna prove God told her something? Okay. Well, I'm new at this, so I may not have the experience. So he changes his plea. She's by insanity. So I'm thinking as a defense lawyer,
that's what they gonna do.
They doing everything they can to defend Trump.
Yep.
Oh, he didn't know. Well, they said he knew, but he really only knew that much. But
you
he
don't
didn't
know
that
what
much.
Cohen is doing. He's crazy. He's
Yeah. Anything they can do. He's paying them.
Emerald says, couldn't he take Beano for that gas issue?
Thank you. He likes KFC, so he probably eats a lot of greasy food.
Justice Frost says, hey, everybody. Hey, Justice.
Hey, Justice.
She says, unfortunately, Cohen has lost his credibility. Yeah. But here's the thing.
That's what the lawyers are trying to make it look like.
That's why the prosecutor says it's not just him. Other witnesses can testify,
hopefully credible ones,
that what Cohen is saying is true.
Thank you. That's what you got to do. As
so
prosecutor, you got to pull in some more people.
You got to pull in other people.
Because if your main person is losing his credibility, you're like, ooh.
Yep. And he went to prison for it.
Yeah. And Trump is having the same issue. Why wouldn't he not go?
Thank you.
But they're proving that, what's his name, probably acted on his own. They were all Lone Rangers.
All right, so tomorrow, because I didn't get through all my stories,
okay,
we'll talk about the House passes that Ukraine bill.
More money.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and how they want to how Marjorie Taylor Greene want to get rid of Johnson.
Yeah, there. A few of the politicians was saying that small group of Republicans are abusing that power to do that.
We'll talk about an officer who was killed while returning home from work.
Yeah, in our area, right?
Chicago. We'll talk about a Los Angeles woman who allegedly offed her partner, and then she threw her kids out the vehicle. This was a woman who, this was during the eclipse, and she was a astronomer and stuff, and she felt the end of the world was coming. Then there's a mom that I had looked at, who left her kid at home, her two kids at home, and went on a cruise. We'll talk about our cruise because we're going on a cruise. But we don't have no kids.
No, we wouldn't know. Oh, my goodness.
And we'll talk about, I had a lot of stories. We'll talk about the man, you guys keep talking about this K9 who attacked the man, he's Officer K9. The man says he's traumatized.
That K9 attacked him.
he got out for a traffic stop.
And did it with everything the cops.
And then they let the dog go, and the dog tore him to shreds.
There was no reason to let that dog on him.
We'll talk about earthquakes and all these things. My mother always say earthquakes in diverse places and all kind of stuff. Well, Dubai,
signs of the time.
Dubai has had more rain than it had in 75 years in the desert. The desert is now flooded. Camels are drowning in the desert. Did you ever think you'd hear that?
And global warming has a lot to do with it.
And China has been flooded. They are having to rescue hundreds and thousands of people from their houses because of all the flooding that's happening in China. Mm-hmm. Then we'll talk about, what was this one? Oh, these stupid people who went and grabbed bear cubs out of a tree to take Instagram photos.
Thank God the mom wasn't.
I was hoping the mom would show up and rip them to shreds.
Can you imagine that mother coming back and you holding her baby bear?
And then the donkey of the day, I won't do it today, a woman breaks into a man's house and tries to force him to have a threesome.
God, crazy is in the air, isn't it? It's everywhere. I just don't want to be where it is. Whenever something goes off, I don't want, Lord, please, I want to be home. I want to be in my car. I don't want to be where crazy is.
So we'll talk about all of that tomorrow and anything else that comes up. Wow. Some stories I'll probably push back again. We don't know what's going to happen between now and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Anything could happen with the way this world is going.
I know.
All right, y'all. So don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes. The link is in the description, and the book is on Amazon. All right?
Wow.
You can also follow us on our page. I know Emerald's on there. Giggle for you, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know she on there because she go to the community wall and answer the memes.
Oh,
that's
really?
On there. Oh. So if y'all haven't subscribed to our other channel, Giggle for you, too, go ahead and do that.
Okay. Is that TikTok or something?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Take us out.
Okay. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, oh God, for another day. Thank you, oh God, for being God and God alone. We give you glory and honor that is all due to you, oh God. We lift your name up, Father, for you said, if I be lifted up above all the earth, I'll draw all men unto me. And we just lift you up, oh God. We lift you up in our lives, oh God. And we pray that your name be lifted up in the lives of the people we're talking about. And not lift each other up, oh God. But you need to be lifted up, oh God, because you were the one that came and gave your life for all of our sins, oh God. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in you shall not perish, oh God. And we just pray right now, all the people we've talked about, from the politicians to the entertainers, the rappers, the R&B rappers, the models, athletes. We talk about a number of people, oh God, but I sat there today in my prayer time and I thought about it and I said, God, you died for all of them.
Amen.
You died for every name we've called out. Drake, Kendrick, Kanye, Kim Kardashian, the whole Kardashian family, Trump, and all of the administration and people that's even in the administration as president now. We don't take that lightly, oh God. And I do actually call their names out and ask and pray for a spirit of adoption over their lives. You are coming back for your church, for your bride. And I pray that we be ready. Those of people who are hearing me say this, Father God, that a seed be planted, another one come and water it, and you do the increase, oh God. We just give you glory and honor for what you're doing in our lives. And we pray even over the people in the chat room, Emerald and Wendy and Justice for All and Christopher and Mike, all the people who watch our show, oh God, and have been on this journey with us, oh God. We don't take it lightly, oh God. Prayer is nothing to play with. And we pray over every family that is represented in the chat room and that have been a part of this, the Woods Report journey, oh God. And we just continue to give you glory and honor and ask for angels to protect all of us, oh God, as we go to and from our destinations. And we will forever give you the glory and praise in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was Another Wood